You ready for this?
I've never
Take
watched
twist.
Dragon's Dogma. I don't know what this is.
I was taking twist. Oh my god, it's MMA, dude.
This episode is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Ah, fuck yeah.
Alright, evening power buttons, let's start. Oh, Jesus Christ, no.
Trent
Is having a good
Yeah,
time.
this was a bop. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
I'm sure it is.
You're just climbing on that dragon, fucking. That was dope.
There's like a 4-year time skip. Nevitz comes back buff 16.
Oh my god!
I'm
Pavo's-
back.
Pavo's in an urn.
Did you ever watch like SpongeBob, like the anime intro?
Yes.
I imagine like
Yes.
if we had like a Humblewood anime intro, this would be it. It's just way too serious.
Oh my god. When we finish the campaign, can we do a collaboration of like a 10-second anime intro with all of our characters, anime style?
But
Do
you
you know
don't
how-
animate.
I don't think anyone here knows how to fully do that.
I know how to animate, but that takes
You
forever.
do all the work.
Yeah.
Well,
Remember?
hell together money and commission.
Remember when one of our players thought it would be a good idea to like animate a fight scene, and I then and there told him it's gonna be too much work, and he's yet to do it? Like it's like that.
Oh yeah, he said he was gonna do that, and I'm gonna hit him up.
8 months later.
He has
Who's
10
that?
frames.
Yeah.
Didn't he used to be in this? Didn't he used to be in the 15-day server daily?
I kicked everybody who wasn't
Who is it?
active.
Who is it?
Oh.
Whoever played that wizard chick, who got
Brandon.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah,
storm.
those guys.
Tom's loving it.
Right? Ah, this is a bot.
All right,
Turn on the fucking Dragon's Dog when this shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait till I just shut it down. Oops.
Yep. And then you run into a fucking black chimera at a one-shot scene, and you're like, oh, nice.
Okay,
Go.
so we are like 5 minutes into recording, not even 2.5. Yeah, we're
Just 20 minutes into session start time, but you know, whatever.
So
Ah.
my first question that I never got to ask anybody in the group chat was, or the RP chat was, how are we splitting the money? And what are we doing? Like, are we?
I'm pretty sure
selling,
we're just using it as
like,
a group
frozen
thing,
stuff?
and if anybody wants to take out of the bank, we take out of the bank.
Let's get that cart and ox first.
Yeah.
That will be
And then-
handy. We can pile up so much shit in that cart.
Yes.
I can put more barrels.
Oh, I can have a barrel.
oh my god, guys.
You're allowed.
Do
to
we not
bring-
want to ride in the cart? We're just using it for barrels.
What?
We sit in the barrels, Nevitz. Come on.
Carts are only for two things: barrels and Skyrim intros. Don't you know it?
And I can handle the wagon and the horse really well because I have proficiency in animal handling or it's a tool thingy.
Land
Wait.
vehicles is what you're trying to say.
I have
Yeah,
proficiency
vehicle,
with a
that's it.
whip. Therefore, animals obey me.
I have proficiency in animal handling.
Yeah, I have
Not
proficiency in
fuck.
animal abuse.
No, sorry, Tom was right. It's the land vehicle.
You know, as a ranger, I did not take animal handling as a proficiency.
I would like to imagine characters who have proficiency with land vehicles, like just the only characters, like D&D characters, who look at the wheel and don't go like, "What the fuck is that?" Unga,
Another thing.
unga bunga.
I actually do have proficiency in animal handling too, so there you go. But I also have my
That's-
proficiency in land vehicles. So yeah.
As long as you have proficiency in like nature and survival, I'd say you're a pretty decent like ranger. Otherwise, it's like, do you just shoot
It's not a
arrows in the
ranger.
city? Like, what are you doing?
That's a rogue right there.
I
Like the one shot we did, I didn't have
collect squirrel
proficiency
nuts for a
in nature, I
living.
don't think. I think I took a proficiency in medicine instead because her subclass was.
Shit, we're losing Tom. We gotta apply CPR.
Oh no!
Come
Get him
on.
a shot of adrenaline.
It's fine. You guys want to make it a 5, 6, 7 minute intro? I'll make it a 5, 6, 7 intro. I'll wait. I'll be like that. I'm like that substitute teacher. I don't interrupt you guys. I just sit there quietly till the children are done talking. And if it's gonna be half an hour, it's gonna be half an hour. That's fine.
So
Put
how
the Dragon's
much-
Dog
so how
music
much
back
was
on.
the
Those are my
garlic
favorite
for?
substitute teachers, dude. We didn't do
You guys
shit.
want me to like rule up a fucking TV up in here? Just like when I was TV, and we'll just watch a movie. We won't play any fuck that shit.
Hey.
So
John,
how
can we
much
watch
was-
you
how much
animate
was
a
the
Humblewood
card,
anime?
Frame number 1, half an hour later. Frame number 2. And in between frame number 2 and 3, it's hentai. Like, that's all you're gonna see for like the hour.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like Fight Club. Every few frames, there's gonna be like just like a dick or something like that.
Alright, let's see.
So we had. So there's like was a pot. So I think our total was what, like.
It's in RP chat above everything that we do.
Yeah. So the total of just pure gold was 400.
Wow, it's almost like you guys have like a handout for party inventory that you can keep everything in, but nobody bothers.
Is there
Hey,
actually?
don't call me like that. I look at this thing on the daily.
I don't care if you look at it, edit it. You have editing rights for it. Go ahead and open it up and add the gold amount. That way we don't have to look it up. Huh?
I don't think I
It's
had
400. Plus
that.
there were a bunch of things that we could have sold for like a lot of money.
Well, we basically got half of the profits mostly. I think, unless I think Nevitz might have kept a few things. I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys
no,
wanted to
of
be
the stuff that we
so we
got to
lost out.
keep, there was 400 gold pieces plus a bunch of equipment, which included a ring that was worth 480 gold pieces.
Oh yes, I believe it's the ring I have on my finger.
Did we
Isn't
want to
it
keep that or
magical?
do we want to sell it?
Well, it's on my finger, and so therefore it's
Keep it. Perfect.
on my finger.
Isn't it magical?
No,
That's the brooch. That's the brooch.
the brooch is magical.
The brooch.
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 The brooch of shielding.
But I've been thinking of
The
saving
brooch of shielding.
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 The
Shielding.
the
brooch.
brooch of shillings. It's brooch.
The brooch of shielding.
Brooch.
A brooch of you're always cold.
Wow, you grabbed like most of yeah, so Pava, you have the brooch, the boots, and the ring, right?
That's what the scavengers.
And then Chungo, you grabbed her sword, right?
You know,
No.
I also have the
She
sword,
also
You
grabbed
also
the
have her
sword.
sword.
but that's for role playing. I have a disguise kit. Actually, I should probably get one, but we can work it out.
Or did we want to give the short sword to Rolo?
Just
Rolo, didn't you get a good sword from that too?
I don't think I got a good sword. I didn't get a good sword, no.
But you got a sword.
I got a sword, yeah.
Yeah.
She
and I know I
yeeted
got
her good
I got a
sword.
crossbow.
I know.
To the
There
depths
were
of
3
the abyss.
daggers too.
Oh yes,
Were they just
I will.
like-
I will be giving you those daggers. By the way, Rolo.
Okay.
Yeah, good. So if you want to add them to your sheet, I'll pop them off mine right now.
Okay, hold on. I'm eating. Sorry. Let me just,
Yeah.
okay.
Chungo
Because
was
they were
fine with
regular
what's in
daggers,
Chungo's
right, Tom?
pockets.
Yes, they're just plain normal daggers that you can throw with normal rolls.
Yes, so you don't have to throw your rapier.
What's not letting me add my thing? Why not?
Edit your sheet, you mean?
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Normal daggers.
Just,
Where's normal
Dagger.
just dagger in the compendium.
Normal.
And so, and then the
Strahd
last
von
item-
Zarovich, normal human noble. Like,
And then the last item was the studded leather vest. Do you have that as well, Pava?
Yes, I claimed the kills loot.
I love it. Dude, imagine it's a women's, so it's just super tight on him. Like,
Sorry,
Well, my old man boobies have kind of sagged a bit, so they fit perfectly.
Oh my
Actually,
god.
So it was 400 for the loot, and then an additional
bird
$50
folk don't have titties.
bounty.
They do now.
I don't like this. I don't like
They
that.
do in
I don't
my
like that.
canon.
I don't like this addition to my lore.
So we have
Pava, fertilizing
450
the
gold
birds.
pieces.
Sounds good. How much is a cart and
Because if we go there, then we imagine that, like, because she was a fox lady, she had like 6 or 8 tits, and it's just like,
Oh my
On the-
god. that's-
yeah, exactly.
Get away
So
from this.
I don't
please.
want to go there. So let's not. Let's just say that armor's universal and fuck my joke. It's disgusting.
Not on the chest. They're a bit lower.
Anyways, I'm ready for session
On
start.
the world
So
of Rule 34.
I'm ready
Okay.
to roll some dice, people.
So let's start. Yeah. Only 9 minutes 30 seconds in. With the bandit coalition dealt with for now, life quietens down a bit around Alderheart. You find this to be a good opportunity for you to further explore the city and resolve any prior errands that you couldn't afford before, not yet that you have money. But before we get to that, Chung and I had an interesting development over in our P chat, and instead of just like having everybody read it after session or between session or whatever, we're just gonna act it out because he agreed to do so, and my word is law.
You read it, and then summarize what I say back to him.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be. Oh my god! All right, here we go. So this is Alderheart about one day after the raid on the bandit camp. Chungo, you find Frey and any bandits rounded up by the militia being held in the Alderheart jail. Held in a cell together, broken and beaten. The bandits eye you as you approach. Some glare with hatred in their eyes, others look at you with fear, but not Frey. Stripped of her armor, you can see her wounds were healed by her Ursine companion. Even without her sword and jewelry, she stands there, tall and proud, regal amid her peers, inspiring even here in the jail cell. It seems pride is one thing you will not take away from her. Sip. So, she says, addressing you casually like an old friend. Here we are, on opposite sides of the cage. This victory, it won't do you any good, Chungo. Our people have suffered while the council sits idle and does nothing. A reckoning is coming to Alderheart. You took the time, Chungo, to what is it that you were explaining to her? That you were trying to convince her that you're no traitor and that you just want to get the bandit coalition to be viewed as more of a political power than a threat to the community. You are convinced in your path and you know what you must do, and you want to ensure that she knows that as well. Listening into what you have to say, she nods with some understanding of your actions. It seems that she too had some time to think. I always admired you for that. The willingness to do what you must for the greater good. Perhaps this is as it should be. Perhaps my defeat today will serve as a victory for the coalition in the future. I knew the risk of joining the coalition when I've done so, and now I face the consequences. If what you say is true, and you truly wish to find a way to give the people a voice, I wish you luck. She leans in closer, past the bars. You know, I lied before. When I said Crawl wants nothing to do with you. In fact, when I first told him of our encounter on the road days ago, he had me deliver the letter to Edmund offering you to return. But why didn't you, Chungo? You see our people suffer. Hundreds come to Alderheart seeking refuge from the flames and are denied sanctuary, made to live in hovels and poverty while the Birdfolk Council and their aristocrats lavish in overflowing riches. She looks at you, fox ears drooping and sadness in her eyes. For the first time in a long time, the dashing red-furred Vulpin that you came to know during your childhood, who made you laugh with her wit and captured you with her sharp gaze, now shows a vulnerability like never before. She leans in and whispers, when I was left without a home, when the forest fires spread from the scorched grove and burnt my village, I pleaded with the council for aid. I was turned away like the others. What choice did I have aside from joining the coalition? They gave me family and a home, a purpose. Kroll saw in my skills the opportunity to provide for myself and those I care for. He saw it in you too. Yes, perhaps he did take it a bit too far at times, but he made us who we are today. You used to call him father. I thought I'd never forgive you for abandoning us, but I had some time to contemplate my competitiveness and self-destructing behavior. I've met many who suffered as I have, who hated Alderheart as much as I, and in that bond I've learned that anger should be directed at those deserving it. I understand now why you do what you do. You and I share ambition, even if our views don't align. For that, and for what it's worth, I forgive you. Though she seems to support and respect your choice to follow your path, Frey remains loyal to the coalition to the end. You tried to convince her to help you onwards by saying... You're not going to read your own lines, are you?
No.
Thanks. Chungo knows Crawl does what he does for the family, but Chungo also sees that...
What?
Because you're not reading your own lines. You said it's just making us... the whole thing is just making a circle of violence. You said you understood that someone has to break the circle in order to change, for change to be made. Though the path may be full of thorns, it is only for the first few steps. And Chungo thinks that he has the fat to take it. That is the reason that you did not help in the raid. You said that you believe the council may understand if they have a neutral meeting with Crawl, and if you get the root folk to side with the coalition politically. You heard that Alderheart itself refuses the council from trying to remove the root towns. And so you believe if you can talk to the very tree, that you may be able to to gather information about the fires and save the people. Solve this fire problem, in your own words. I had you roll persuasion, you rolled a 21. Frey, for a moment, shook her head, clasping at the bars, thinking. Crawl is set in his ways. It is unlikely you will ever persuade him to abandon his ideals and cooperate with the Birdfolk Council. Were the Council soon to be aware of the whereabouts of our base, of our central operation, I fear conflict is inevitable. But there is hope. It seems the Council and the people of Alderheart consider you their hero. Perhaps you can serve as key in negotiating a peace of sorts. There is one among us whose heart, while hardened by trauma and the acts of her past, is yet capable of reason. Benna Seridan, our general based in the Crest Mountains, is a dear friend of mine. For as long as I knew her, she was bent not only on change, but on revenge. Crawl appointed her in her position for her ideals. She shares Crawl's hate for Alderheart, and she believes that the canopy is a symbol of Birdfolk's power in the region, a symbol that should be burnt and its resources looted to help those displaced by the flames. I can't blame her for her hate. Like you and I, she too has her history of loss. Benna lived in a tranquil village along with her mother, a respected village elder and seer, who foretold that the flames would come. Word was sent to Alderheart Council, asking for supplies and aid, both of which were denied. The council didn't believe in the power of the seer's visions. When the flames finally had all but consumed the village, Birdfolk support arrived, but it was all too late. Benna lost her family. She lost her left eye and her ear due to the burns that she sustained while helping others from the blaze. In time, Benna fell in with the coalition, joining our cause, and quickly rose through the ranks. Crawl saw in her a passion, a purpose. She had become a seasoned veteran who had been building the bandit forces and utilizing the organization to care for humble folk left homeless by the spreading fires. If there is any hope to achieve that which you want, Chungo, peace among our people and a political power for all, perhaps you can attempt to negotiate with Benna. Convince her to treat with the Birdfolk Council so that the lives she has fought to save are not lost needlessly in the struggle that is to come. With Benna Seridan, others will surely follow. Not all, of course, for Crawl's influence is mighty, but some saved. That is all I can ask from you. Unfortunately, I fear you will have to fight your way to her chambers. She is well guarded, careful to repel any who dare to clash swords with her. You know where to find our fortress in the mountain. Should you venture there, I will pray to the Amaranthines that you return safe. With that, Frey lets go of the bars, and for a brief moment, you share in a hug. You see your fellow bandits in the cell exchange looks as you also see the Ursine giant smirk to herself, knowingly and approvingly. After a while, Frey composes herself and says, "Go. Do what you must for the wood and the people. I'll be here, most likely. I doubt the council will let us out of here anytime soon." As you pulled away from the hug, you said, "Chungo will hope that, with help, Kral might see the truth, even if Chungo has to use force. The coalition is..."
Jungle gotta grab his dick and twist.
The coalition is not
I'm gonna remember that.
what
I'm
everyone
gonna tell you to do it.
thinks. You parted ways, gathering supplies for the short journey down the forest. You chose to. Did anybody else escort Chungo in this pilgrimage, as he chose to take a little week or two to, in short, be more one with nature and kind of discover the power of Druidcraft and ancient tree and...
If you allow it,
I'll allow it.
I will have, because I was in the barrel, and
Sure.
I go where the barrel takes me.
Whoever wants to join can join it. I'll be reading along. If you want to react to it, go ahead. That way it's not just me telling a story. This is just in retrospect, going backwards, reading off what happened. But feel free to join.
No, Aisling stayed in town. She had a lot of stuff in town to do.
Sounds good. Traversing from the jail in the Canopy Plaza, it took you and your companions the better third of the day to finally reach the bottom of the great tree city. Joined by whomever wished to escort you on your pilgrimage, you ventured out. Your trip east was expedited by navigating old detours used by the Bandit Coalition in their early days. Remnants of tangerine-colored bits of cloth, wrapped around narrow branches, mark the path every few feet. In days past, these routes were used to smuggle goods without the notice of the perch guard. Now, these paths lay overgrown and abandoned. You make your way down the forest path. You spot a large monolith of stone engraved with giant runes. The stone is ancient, laid here ages ago, and has overgrown with vines and moss. But the runes are legible. From your studies of the book in your possession, you recognize a few runes. Helik, the rune of sacred places representing the hallowed ground upon which the stone stands. Fjell, the rune of mountains, representing a challenge to be scaled. Stein, the rune of stone, representing all things ancient and long-lasting. The runes show little signs of erosion, as if some sort of magic has kept them from wearing away with the passage of time. From here, the road branches off, and a lightly treaded footpath can be made out from among the brush, leading to a blooming glade just off the main road. More stones ornament this natural garden amid the trees, each bearing more giant runes and telling stories in a tongue forgotten by most. At the center of this verdant glade stands a large sentinel tree. I've taken the liberty of adding this place to your maps, actually. Sure, why not? Let's paste the same image I pasted in the Discord RP chat. Because why not? At the center of this verdant glade stands a large sentinel tree. Its roots weave in and out of the surrounding ground, the bark gnarled with similar runes along the surface. The outline of a face, like that of a slumbering giant, can be made out upon the tree's trunk and front, right below the tree's massive canopy, providing shade for a peculiar individual at the foot of the tree. Tending to some flowers at the tree's base is a tall, wide-shouldered bullman dressed in hides and a loose, flowing green robe. His hair is woven into dreads, and an energetic blue jay hops on his shoulder as the bullman pours water onto some blooming plants from a clay spout. In a deep, gentle voice, the caretaker addresses you all. Careful now. Take care not to step on the pretty flowers. Life is about the small things, just as much as it is about us big folks. What is it that you do?
I had my conversation with them, but Hunter has his thing.
What did you say, Chungo?
Oh, Chungo asks him about the treants, and any of them are alive, or anything knows about the ravaging fires.
I see.
Inquiring about the treants and the ravaging fires, and the very notion that he knows your name, you see the blue jay hops off the Minotaur's shoulder and flutters to your hand, landing gently on your finger. Hyperventilating, it cocks its head sideways in a gesture of curiosity. The bullman druid chuckles, putting down the clay spout and making his way closer to take a closer look at you. As in life, so in death, does Wossog dream of things that were, dreams that are, and that which may be. He was my friend and taught me many things, and even now, after so many years, I honor his memory by sharing in his dreams from time to time. And so, it is via these visions that Wossog told me of your coming. Chungo, of your efforts to bring tranquility to the forest. The blue jay flutters off your finger and back onto the bull's shoulder. The towering giant extends a hand to grasp yours in a sign of greeting. As the lady has taken a liking to you, I am Guff, speaker, tender, and keeper of this blooming grove. Wossog spoke of you. He has been watching, the Minotaur says, nodding toward the great slumbering ancient sentinel at the Glade center. Its face like that of an elder, eyes closed in rest and smiling kindly. He told me you've come to temper your strength into wisdom. How can I help? With that, Chungo says, I wanted to know if any treants are still alive, so to speak, gesturing to the seemingly dead treant at the center of the grove. He says, Chungo believes that they may know something about the fires that were ravaging Everton. The Minotaur ponders and replies, treants are the aftermath of the wild's renurturing that which returns to the earth. They have been here long before you, long before I, and will continue to thrive as long as nature's balance is preserved. Balance in all things. Come, sit with me, friends. You must be tired from traveling this far from the beaten path. I was getting some tea ready for your arrival. Guff has you sit down by the stream nearby and brings some cups of fragrant forest tea. The trees are alive still, treants all. You come seeking knowledge of the fires. The trees will tell much. Let me tell you of my friend Wossog, so that you may come to understand and learn how to listen. Guff gives off the air of a pacifist. Gentle and wise, the hermit tells you of his years studying under Wossog up until his passing into hibernation. All the while, Lady, the blue jay companion, hops about excitedly, occasionally taking a drink from the stream. You get the notion that Guff has a special appreciation for the ways of treants, and goes on to say, as Chungo and I'm assuming Pablo as well sit down and enjoy peace and tea, appreciating the wind and the rustle of the leaves. Unless you want to say anything else, I'll continue. Long ago, there was a stone giant by the name of Wossog. Sometime during his life, he befriended the Tenders, and that's how I met him. We bonded over his ways during lengthy stone carving sessions. I am not sure if it was illness or old age in the end that eventually took him. Goff looks sad for a moment and continues. By Wossog's final request, I buried my friend in the earth, here in this glade. A large tree grew in that place. Now, Wossog's tree stands slumbering in the middle of the glade, immersed into hibernation. I have spent my years attuned to giant speech, communing with the Wossog and his essence. Goff seems to believe that one day Wossog will reawaken to walk the woods once more as a treant, when the elements are in balance once more. He closes his eyes and takes a moment to listen to the wind, to the rustle of the leaves, to the sound of nature and the great rhythm. Wossog says hello. He also says that the answer you seek may be found in the scorched grove. Wossog says that he hears the pleas of another of his kind, deep beneath the ash. Wossog says that the road ahead is full of peril, but should you unite the wood and have your friends by your side, you will overcome this calamity. He speaks of your past, the deeds you've done. He speaks of your current efforts, of the people waiting to be united. He speaks of your future, the troubling days that are to come and the losses they may bring. The tenders will require aid from both nature and places of arcane. There are fates yet to be intertwined with yours before you may face the elemental fires that threaten to burn the wood. Wossog says that balance will return to the wood only when Elderheart's people stand together as one. Your actions might help restore this balance. I can help you, teach you the ancient ways and the ancient wisdom that will temper your strength. You have already taken the first steps in this journey. Let me guide you. Stay a while and listen to the rhythm. Remember your roots and let the branch and bark direct you. And so, by spending some time in the glade, Goff offers you to stay and meditate, study the remnants of Wossog and the runes throughout, carved upon the stone long ago by a gentle giant now dreaming. Django spends however long it takes to get in touch with the rhythm and his teachings. Days turn to night as you spend the next several sunrises and sunsets in Wossog's grove, learning the way of the tenders of treant magic and runes of giants. You listen to Goff's guiding words during the lengthy meditation and stone carving sessions. The great rhythm exists in a delicate balance. If this natural balance is ever broken, the rhythm will eventually correct itself, but the ensuing chaos will cost many lives and irrevocably alter and damage all of Humblewood. Lesson by lesson, you are taught the meaning of ancient teachings of giant kind, passed down from Wossog to Goff and now onto you. Survival of the fittest is an inhumane doctrine. It is far better if harmony can be maintained for the collective benefit of everyone. Goff goes on to discuss the tenets of natural balance and the ways of a keeper of harmony. He helps you master druidcraft via many lessons. Candles placed and fluttering among fireflies at night snuff and reignite at the flap of your wings. Wind obeys your intent. Seed pods open and leaf buds bloom at your touch. Goff teaches you to predict the weather by listening to the trees in time. You muster this ability to conjure a sensory effect that complements this ability. Some days are spent studying runes. Other days are spent applying them in feats of wisdom as well as strength. You quickly learn the druid is a mighty warrior as well as a sage. During sparring duels, he teaches you to utilize tree and giant runes in many ways to overcome the challenges you are yet to face. At the end of your last day together, Goff has you sit with him as you watch the sunset. You share a bowl of good berries that taste sweet as summer. You take the time to enjoy the bloom of flowers put there by your own druidcraft taught by Goff. As a final test, Goff As you ruminate on the teachings of his order, he poses questions and riddles, allowing you to contemplate on the ways of the natural cycle and the great balance in times when you are most tested. Questions such as, is the hawk mightier than the rabbit? Why must the leaves die in the autumn? How is a tree like a community? Which came first, morning or twilight? What is the drop of water to a stream? In time, Pavo and Chungo return to Alderheart. Chungo, a chained strig, fresh runes carved on his barrel, and a tether's medallion hanging at your neck as a sign and token of friendship. And that's how you level up to level 3. Yeet!
I'm a rune fighter now.
Yeah.
And then you guys had a cool conversation about why the fuck Chungo's pack is so heavy.
Yeah.
It's 300 pounds!
Yeah. Chungo been carrying that for a really long time.
My burdens, my burdens.
Yeah.
Tom, you could just. You're the DM. You could just say the barrel's like 20 pounds.
The barrel's container doesn't weigh anything. It's just Chungo chose to not edit his inventory. I don't care about weight in this campaign much, as long as we're like within cents. With that was Tango's bit from the RP session. Thank you so much for RPing with me. It was loads of fun.
It was fun.
The raising of the band camp was a huge blow to the morale of the band coalition. Those of you who take the time to wander around the city have earned praises of admiration from the Elderites, and you can see that the enormous impact of your actions has already taken toll, as certain festivities have begun to take place. Like in the weeks that follow, you are offered opportunities to meld with the community of Alderheart, be it via barter or profession, training or gambling, carousing or simply relaxing. Those of you curious to pursue leads on the band threat would know that Frey Meriden is still, to this day, along with her band companions, rounded up by the militant of Alderheart in the jail. Should you wish to speak or interrogate these individuals, the council has allowed you a visit to the jail anytime under the supervision of Guard Captain Magnus Rod. Rod? I don't know how to pronounce Hunter's last name. Magnus.
Rudd.
Bro. That's enough monologuing for me. That's been a solid, 30 minutes of me talking? Or it felt like, so what do you guys wish to do from here?
I know for Ashley, she spent a lot of her time between helping out at the children's house, helping out with Mother Thistle and the children, as well as visiting with Eliza and perhaps doing some errands for her in trade for some materials to make some traps that I can make with my tinker's tools.
Sure. Each trap cost you about 10 gold for material. You can make as many as you want with the time you had. You had weeks of time to work with the local tinkerers and whatnot. The Mapach.
But I was hoping that I could do some errands and stuff for Eliza, and so either maybe she'd give me a discount or give me some of the materials. I don't know. Is that a possibility?
10 gold is a discount.
That is a discount?
Yeah, I've considered your errands and stuff, and 10 gold for materials. Yeah.
How much was the cart and horse? Because that's important.
How much was
It
that?
was 55 in
The
total.
cart and the horse, because we wanted to get that as a party.
It was an ox, wasn't it?
Ox?
Yeah, it was a big ox.
Yeah.
Alright.
It was an ox with a cart.
I
I
lied,
thought the
Megan.
total was
It's
55.
2.5 gold pieces per hunting trap. Four times less. I don't know. I for some reason I thought hunting traps were more expensive.
Okay.
Regarding the cart, if I go over to Hanu's provisions real quick and look at that, I do believe that under I don't remember the exact math. I can look it up though.
Just because it's been a couple of sessions since we went to talk about it, and I can't remember how much it cost.
I'm looking it up as we speak. So for a simple oxen, for just drafting the carriage, it will cost you 50 gold pieces. 50. And that's without any barding or anything. A carriage, no, not carriage, a cart is 15 gold pieces. So 65 altogether.
What about barding?
Barding armor for a ox.
Wait, I'm sorry. When I thought of barding, I was thinking of a saddle, not necessarily
You're
armor.
thinking
Does
about
the saddle come with the ox?
bit brittle. It costs so less much money that with you guys paying her 65 gold pieces, I'm willing to throw that in for free, implied.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't even need a bit or anything because it's an ox and just pulls by, securing the entire cart to its actual body via frame that's custom built for it. So one way or another, you guys don't have to spend that much. Aside from 65 gold pieces.
All right. Do we gather up and go buy our cart and oxen?
Yep.
Sure thing.
I will
Ye-
remove
Sorry.
65 gold from the party inventory.
Oh, it's so hard to do. I forgot to level up and I'm trying to do it right now. It's so fucking weird.
Let me know if you need help. As you head down to the marketplace and find Hanu's provisions, you have the option as well as of buying any exotic adventure gear, weapons, and any goods from her side of the world, as detailed in Hanu's provisions handout. Hanu. Hmm?
Oh, never mind. Continue.
If you're interested in the details of these items, I can describe them further, but going down the list real quick, there is on display on sale is a beast whistle, some Gargoth wool and clothes, travel lanterns, steep rations, traveler's guide, and a smoking pipe of tobacco made from wood carved in the shape of a bison, as well as a few magic items here and there.
Nevitz will ask Chungo or Robo, whichever one is holding onto like the party inventory, if he can borrow 40 GP of it. He wants a special box.
Chongo takes out 40 GP and gives it to Nevis.
Thank you, thank you.
I just... Why is it like I sent it to you? Why is like the ability score increase and all that like a bit blurred out? It won't let me access it. For some
Because you
reason.
don't get ability scores at level 3. And you don't get
No?
any, and
The
you don't,
ability
and you
scores
don't get
every-
4.
and you don't,
So
and you,
I
and
don't
you don't
get
get any
increased
spells
health?
as you don't get spells as a rogue. Not
Okay,
You already
I know,
increased your
but
health
like
by
I don't
8.
get. Do I? Because I want to go to the review. It says that nothing really nothing changed. My health didn't change or anything.
did
It
you
did. It went up by 8. You rolled for it right there.
did you when you went to levels, did you add the +1 level?
Yes, but it's already it's already preset for me. Yeah.
So if I
Rogues don't really get much.
At level 3, you don't get like ability score
wait.
increases or feats or
I'm
anything
I'm
like
I know,
that.
but, like, I'll show you.
I'm looking at it. Oh, hold on. So swashbuckler next. Sneak attack. You don't get to choose anything because you just get it. Yeah, apply changes, and if I click apply changes, it's done. Your catch is done now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So
I'll
go
just go back then.
yes. Now
So Tom,
I
Nevitz
see.
will go
Hold
back
on, I
to
want to
that.
handle one thing at a time. I'm looking at your list of weapons, and you just penciled in dagger. You know you can just drag and drop weapons, right?
Can you do that
Normal
for
thing.
other items as well?
Yes, you can do that for anything
As
in my
long as
component.
they're
That's why I'm
all of
sharing
them.
it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drag and drop dagger into your.
But like my armor class and all that didn't change. Is that fine?
What would your armor class change?
I don't know because I don't know. Just
Does your armor class change with level up? Not in your case. So I'm gonna go ahead. So it was 3 daggers, right? That's in your inventory now. You're carrying like nothing. It's amazing. You roll an extra hit dice worth of extra HP you get. You get new features for your class, which are found under your features now. You can go ahead and browse them. Aside from that, level 3, what you can open up the rogue table to see what you get each level. It's all found in the PHP or online if you look up rogue 5e. But your sheet is done, so there's that. What was it, Lorian? What were you asking?
I was saying that Nevitz would go back to that jewelry shop that they went to before, where he asked about having a special glass case with like shiny rims made for him, a small one. And it was like 40 GP at the time, but I couldn't afford it. I will go there now with the 40 GP that I just borrowed.
Unless you want to RP something very specific for Civic Expediency, I'm going to say that you managed to get yourself a very nice crystal glass, shiny and polished, with like golden frame that they seem to like be selling these display cases in bulk to mostly to keep your jewelry and other fineries that nobles would keep in their houses. But unless you want to RP something specifically, yeah, you for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just. I already removed the 40 GP from the party inventory, and I'll just add it.
So that was...
I'm gonna be keeping like my diamond and other shinies in there, basically.
Sure thing. The only thing you note as you enter the store and exit it is that the shopkeep is not in today. Busy arranging festivities and whatnot and supplying for them as well. Her clerks help you out though.
Real quick, this is like the same glass that they were making their display cases out of, right? So it's not gonna like break easily if I just drop it or anything like that. Like this
it will shatter if you drop it from a height. It's not bulletproof glass or anything, and neither is the glass that they hold their things behind. The only thing that's keeping them from shattering is magic. Specifically, you just know this from passive knowledge. An arcane lock spell makes things much tougher to break into. If you cast it on your cube, you'll have the same effect, but by itself, it's crystal glass.
I see. Okay.
To have glass enchant permanently costs a lot of money. It's possible, but it costs a lot of money. But it's pretty and shiny, and you can keep your stuff in it. I'm not too sure what you need the box for, but I guess we'll see.
Nevitz is now paranoid since his diamond has basically been stolen like twice now.
So you're carrying a glass safe that you can see diamond through. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a little fun fact about the oxes that you purchase if you are purchasing it for 65 gold. This is a Gargath ox. It is a CR4 creature that you will be able to control during your turns in combat, with acceptance that it can die. So it's really up to you to decide, you guys, now if you want to keep it in or out of combat.
Brenda needs to be safe.
Oh yeah, also you get to name it.
I vote Brenda.
You're so
Why
cute.
can't I drag and drop? It's not letting me drag and drop. I'm mad.
Drag and drop what?
My hunting trap.
How many did you make?
They're 2.5, so let's say 5.
Hunting trap. And you're aware how they work, right? That way there's no buyer's remorse later, right? Like
Can you see your action said this trap does piercing damage, dexterity. Frig, they're heavy.
they're very heavy. They're made from metal and they're made to clasp and weigh people down. 5 of them will be 125 pounds, which will put you over your carrying capacity.
Okay. Well, since
you can still here's why I don't care about weight, because when you enter combat, I just assume that every character drops their shit. Like they just drop their backpack and draw their weapons.
Let's do 4, so it's an even 10 gold. Yay.
Sounds good. Done. All right. So there's Branda. Unless anybody wants to name it anything else, I'm naming the oxen Branda. And this ox is the same deal as the giant scorpion, where it can remain in the stables for you to be kept there for pennies on the dollar, really.
Is that scorpion gonna eat Brenda?
But no.
What did you name your scorpion, Rolo?
It's so
Brenda,
hard
too.
to decide. I don't know. I
What
don't
did you
know.
name it?
I'm gonna give it like an edgy name or something.
Brendina.
Brandina. Bread. Bread.
Oh, Jesus.
Technically, I should also add a cart later on that has HP, but I'll do that later. Any other errands you guys wish to do around the city while you're here?
Oh yeah, I also wanted to go visit. Oh my God, what's his name? Let me find his name. I wanted to go see
Describe him. I'll find him.
Car. I wanted to go see
Cor?
Car. Core. Sorry, I went to go see him to get some upgraded armor, but that's still lightweight.
What are you looking for? Lightweight, you said. So, I believe you're proficient with medium armor, correct? Under your proficiencies, over to the right side at the bottom says medium armor proficiency.
Light armor.
Light armor only, eh?
Yeah.
Rogues not proficient with medium armor. Interesting. Well, I guess that makes sense because they're all dexterous. Yeah. Let me see here. So, what are you wearing right now?
I think I
What
just
you're
have
wearing?
leather armor.
So yeah, you're pretty much wearing the 10-pound simple leathers. So stud leather, like akin to the one that Pavo is wearing, will cost you 4 or 5 gold pieces to buy. These are ready by stock, and they're the best leather armor that will still keep you adventurous in stealth, not adventurous, but like normal rolls in stealth, and doesn't weigh you down. That will be studded leather for 45 gold pieces.
Do you guys mind if I buy that out of the party?
Treat
gold?
yourself. Just kidding.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yay! Because I didn't get a whole new outfit like somebody.
Yeah, I got mine for free, champ.
Now, with your old leather armor, you can sell that back if you want. It will sell for like 5 gold pieces, just because it's
Like
already
a used car, it's worth 30% of its original value.
Well, because it's all worn and punctured with via combat, and he'll have to spend some resources to repair it. He's going to give you like 5 gold pieces, 5 coins for like your old armor if you wish to just get rid of it. But it's up to you.
I don't need it. I'll just get my studded armor and sell my leather armor. Now let's see if I can drag and drop my studded armor. Cause
you should be able to. You drop it on any blank space in your sheet. Don't drop it over like any fields because then you'll be like linking them. So go to like
make a blank spot.
No, not in your inventory. Any blank, literally like white space in your sheet. In the window.
Yeah, no, that didn't work.
I'll do it.
No, didn't work.
I'm on it. Studded leather armor. Anybody else? Anything else?
Yep. I would also like to stop at the blacksmith. I have 3 spears to sell and some hide armor.
So leather armor, I added to your sheet there. It's gonna be on the very top. You have to delete your other armor piece for it to take effect. You sell your spears. Spears are pretty cheap to make. They'll sell for like 5 silver pieces each.
That's fine.
Okay. Sell those. Alright.
Awesome. And my hide armor.
Which is funny because like you sell it to him and he's like, "Oh, I made these. Like, they've been pilfered by the bandit. I made these, but I'll buy my own stock back. I guess." Pays you for like the return. I guess. Yep.
And this whole set of armor, just a bunch of tattered scraps.
What is it? Like leather?
It's hide armor.
Hide armor.
Yep.
Will sell for 5 gold pieces.
Gee.
Yep.
Can I also say that I keep my hunting traps in the cart?
Yeah. Again, it's too many logistics for me to like keep track of everybody's inventory. As long as it makes sense, I don't care what you do with your resources. As long as you are invested in it, that way you're not pulling them out of your dimensional pocket later on. Like, oh shit, I have to run from my cart to get my traps.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Anybody else?
while I'm here, I'd like to purchase 19 more arrows.
Arrows
Why
are
19? Why not just buy? Don't they come in bulk of 20?
they call me in bulk of 20, which I can
Fine,
split
I'll
into
buy
like
a
small
bulk.
amounts and do the
I'll-
math.
no, I'll-
I can sell you
I'll-
19 arrows if you want to be an ass, but
I'll
I'll just do
buy
a little
the
bit of.
bulk of 20. It's just I have 21. I figured I'd just have 40, but I'll go with.
Well, hold
41
on. I'll tell you how
already.
much gold it costs to buy
No,
19
no,
arrows.
No,
We're already there. I'm already doing it. I'm just curious.
Okay,
So
he's
it's
trying to he's trying to save like 6 coppers. He's trying-
So it's 1 gold piece for 20, meaning that each arrow is 1/20th a gold piece, 0.05, 5. Really? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Really? 5 copper pieces per arrow. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because yeah.
So it's. I hate
So
this.
it's 9 silvers and 5 coppers.
Yeah.
All right, I just hand him a gold, and I'll take the 20 arrows.
I was close. I guess 6 coppers.
There you go.
Yeah, you're really close.
Are you affiliated now, Mr. Krabs? Anybody else?
Yes, I'd like to go to the jeweler's shop.
Sure.
Jewelers.
Oh wait,
Jeweler's.
before we leave the blacksmith,
It's
do
all
I need
happening
to
at the
get
same time
bolts?
over the weeks. Yeah.
Do I need bolts for my crossbow, or does it just use regular arrows?
You
It
need
uses bolts. as
you
a
need
crossbow.
specially crossbow because crossbow bolts are shorter, I believe. Oh, they defend.
Yeah,
You need crossbow bolts.
They're stubby.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I buy a set of crossbow bolts?
Wow, it's almost like we had a whole week to do this.
I know, right?
No, I like crossbow bolts, please. D&D Beyond. 1 gold piece, same thing. 1 gold piece for 20.
Cool, let's do that.
Crossbow bolts are used in weapons that use ammunition property to make a ranged attack. Each time you attack with a weapon, you expend 1 ammunition piece, drawing the ammunition from a quiver, case, or the container in which it was sold as part of your attack. You need a free hand to load one-handed weapon. At the end of the battle, you can recover half your expended ammunition by taking a minute to search the battlefield. I'll mention that now because I don't think once anybody recovered their... Oh no, we did that last session. Never mind.
We
I
did
did,
that last session.
I recovered my 2 arrows of the 4 I shot.
Ooh.
I couldn't recover anything.
Okay, so Pavo, you go to Zephyr & Co., the jewelry shop. What are you looking for?
I have a fine ring to sell. A rare find. I pull out the fancy bronze ring.
Well, did you type its value by chance? Because I'll have to look up
Yes,
in
you
my
said it
notes.
was worth 250 gold pieces.
250 gold pieces.
In the RP, Tom wrote it was 480.
Then it's 480.
So it's 480. Do you want to try and haggle for more?
You know, Pavo's an old man. 480 is more gold than he's seen in his whole
Okay,
life.
because I was going to say, the way it's going to work is you roll a d20, or rather, rule persuasion. If you get 15 or more, I'll pay you more. If you get 14 to 5, it's the price as it is. If you get below, I'm going to half the price.
Yeah, I'm not chancing that.
Cool. We're not gambling then. So go ahead and add 480 as you sell the ring. It is a mundane ring, just very super expensive.
Wait, can I do it for him? Can I go with him?
Sure.
And I'll roll the persuasion. So 5. I like those odds. 5 to
Okay,
14.
so
is just
we're
480.
together, and so we're helping each other. So one of us gets advantage.
In
So
that
he'll
case,
get advantage.
roleplay convincing one of Zephyr's, or rather Zepha is her name. Why is that name familiar? That's Link. Anyways, one of Zepha's clerks. Just, what do you say? Sell me this ring. Really?
You see here, me
This
and the
ring is of exquisite shininess and made with that does not exist elsewhere.
indeed me and the child pried it from the cold, crumbled corpse of an artificial being in the mountains, frozen in its own
That
sadness.
dead body on it.
This is craftsmanship that is of even worthy of dwarven making. It's simply not something that you see
Rarely found
here,
nowadays.
Humblewood.
In modern craftsmen, you can surely attract Even offer up a bidding war for this ring, surely to double any expense upon requiring it.
I'll allow it. Just because you went creative with like, you didn't go off like I pilfered this of a dead bandit. Like you went all like, I traveled the mountain. I stole it from a weird, hunched over creature who keeps calling it precious.
My precious.
So persuasion with advantage.
Sure. Alright. 480 I said, right?
Yep.
Because I can't do fraction math. She's willing to
do
give you
fractions.
that much gold.
Awesome, great.
Yeah.
9.
I'll add it to the party inventory.
No, that's going into my inventory. Thank you. I have plans that I need money for.
I'm noting.
Nevitz, can you take the 45 out of the?
I will give you 79 gold.
You just want an even number, don't you?
There it is.
You'll give us 79 gold out of the
flashbacks
576.
I will give you 79 gold out of the total gold I have.
Okay.
I'm getting like flashbacks of the first day you guys arrived in Alderheart, where you spent like 3 hours shopping.
Hey.
Hey, this took 4 minutes
by now.
Yeah.
for me. Okay, I did what I had to do.
You know what? This is fair. This is punishment for me spending the first half of the session talking to myself. You're right.
I'm sorry. I was
You
really
should
busy
just
this
know
week
us
doing
by
class
now.
work. I have one more thing I wish to do.
Yes.
I will take my money, and I would like to go acquire this Gargoth wool, but I would like to attach it to my studded leather armor with buttons, simple buttons, so that I can take it off and put it on, so I don't roast to death in the lower land heat.
I like it.
Not freeze to death in the higher land.
So
And
you
I'll even pay them 2 extra gold to do the extra work.
shall take the tip. I'm adding like renown all around to these characters as you guys are paying them more. Yeah, for sure. Just for everybody else who didn't read, just in case. Gargoth wool cloth is warm, heavy clothing from Gargan steppes, where where Hanu is from. It's made and spun from Gargoth wool, lined with coarse fur. When worn, these clothes allow you to remain comfortable in temperatures as low as minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is how many degrees Celsius? I don't. It's cold. It's hella cold. But yes.
Awesome. What kind of magic items do they have on offer today?
Minus 45 Celsius. That's really cold. Yes. What?
That is absolutely
You think we can
freezing.
afford magic items?
I can. I don't know about you.
You would know for sure you can afford many of Eliza's magic items, the one that she just got off the road, the kind of main tiers. You can afford some of Hanu's magic items. I really doubt you can afford the really high tier magic items stored in the fancy places in the canopy.
Those things are absurdly priced.
Those things, if I just take a gander, how much gold do you have on you?
688.
I didn't even bother adding to roll 20 because I saw the prices, but so let me open up the folder.
I know a Vorpal
Pavel
sword
has-
was like
Pavel has, like,
2,000
double
GP,
gold that-
wasn't it? Remember in A Curse of Strahd?
I mean, but that was like by the end of it, right? So,
Yeah.
Sorry, how much gold did you say you had?
688.
You can afford 2 out of the 40 magic items that are typically stored there, and that's if I rule them.
Oh god.
So if I just to save time, I'm gonna rule their numbers and see if they are carrying these magic items in stock. They do not, as expected. Yeah, it's like a 5% chance. No, this time the magic items they are carrying it looks like a selection of wind fans that are magically enchanted in some sort of way. That's the item of the week, so to speak. However, if we navigate over to Eliza's shop, Eliza's Emporium, you can afford everything in our store. So quickly listing what she has on sale. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just three items at a time. So 3 10s, and what do I get? Fuck. What do I get? She's selling 3 magic items currently this week. She's selling a Staff of the Python. She is selling a Cloak of Strychnine, a cloak made from owl feathers that's enchanted, as well as a figurine of Wondrous Power, this small figurine of a silver raven. Do any of these interest you? And I'll kind of explain what they do.
What does the cloak do?
The Cloak of Strychnine. While you wear this cloak with its hood up, your perception checks made to see you are disadvantageous. And you have advantage on stealth checks made to hide, as the cloak's color shift to camouflage you, depending on your environment. Pulling the hood up or down requires an action. So that's how you activate it. It's pretty much like
I will acquire this
Cloak of
in the
Invisibility.
statement of, "Oh, this is much better than covering myself in mud and digging a hole in the ground."
Yep. I wonder if it has an image of Elvenkind, just because I like images for magic items. It does. Look at that. It's all pretty. How you want to have it custom made is up to you, but here's the original picture for it. Boop. Boop. Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So I made the handout available to you. Oh yeah. By the way, you don't purchase it till you know the price, right? The price for it is, what did I say? Cloak of Strychnine. It's 300 gold pieces.
Done deal.
Cool. Anybody else?
How much does it weigh?
It's weightless because it's a magic item that is one of those magic items that doesn't weigh anything.
UG boss, thank you.
Yep, it's just enchanted. Yep. There's that. Anybody else? Any city errands? I'll take this as a no.
Oh, I think so. I think we talked about this at the end of last session. But even if I want to say for flavor's sake that my character, that Ashton spent a lot of time helping out with Mother Thistle, including working on a lot of her like medicine skills, as well as reading more in the herbalist book, as well as playing with the children and whatnot. Just kind of keeping busy and really small town kind of vibes.
So, are you doing this for flavor's sake, which is wonderful, or are you also doing this for the sake of getting a proficiency in medicine?
Yes, but I think you had already stated to me that this period of time wasn't long enough to actually gain.
Because of Chongo, it is long enough. Because Chongo's been awake for several weeks, yes. It's like a period of peace, thanks to your actions, that Chongo has taken a vacation with Humblewood and came back and did a little bit of shopping in the city. So I'm going to say in that time, you have plenty of time to train with Mother Thistle, but it will cost you. That's the only thing.
Okay. What's it costing me?
I'm not even going to look it up. I'm just going to rule it. Because
since we're gone for weeks, could I have done work with like an alchemist, just like as a part-time job, real quick? I didn't realize we were gone for that long.
Yeah, because you said originally it was a week, but I guess Pavo's, or not Pavo, but Chongo's thing was a bit longer.
To what end?
Are you asking me to what end?
Yes, to what end?
Just to make some spare change.
Let me handle
You know.
one thing at a time.
Levitz wants to make some pocket change since we're going to just be sitting around for a few weeks, and he is an alchemist of sorts.
All right, Megan. Each work week it will cost you 150 pieces worth of material to like just get a suit enough to and be able to add your proficiency in medicine checks.
Why is it that expensive? I'm helping her out with all
That
of
is
these.
cheap. That is me not looking up the Xantha rules. I'm pretty sure it's like something like 1,000.
Yeah, learning proficiencies is pretty wild because it's like even if you have like a -1, you can increase it to like.
That's me
one.
being like, you want to be proficient in medicine because it's fun, so I'm giving you the opportunity to do so. By
well,
yeah.
I would need approval from the group because I would have to go out of the party funds to.
Yeah, who knew that getting proficiency doesn't cost what you have in your pocket, which is 6 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Jungle
Sorry, I
Song.
haven't been stealing and then selling things.
I'm gonna have to look up the actual rules after this because I'm curious how much it would have actually cost you, but I will say that that's the price.
So I asked the party. For whatever reason, I can't open the party inventory.
That's weird.
Jungle does not need money.
Do scorpions have like bottom mouths, or
Bottom mouths?
yeah, like bottom
They have
It's like
jaws?
it's like three little flaps that open up.
It's the same thing as spiders.
Okay.
Why? Like,
They're arachnids.
Because I'm drawing the
Oh, okay.
my scorpion.
I mean, like, you have a reference right there. I posted the scorpion image, but whatever. Yeah.
I know, but like I want to make my own.
Okay. So for experience's sake, that's the training price. What was it? Pavo said something. I don't remember. Hunter, you said something. You want? Oh yeah, no. Lorraine wanted to do alchemy for the sake of profit.
Yeah, just something to do.
Can
Since
you?
we're gonna be here for a
Can
few
you?
weeks.
Okay, we're gonna keep it real simple. Can you roll me your proficiency with your alchemist kits, as you?
Sure.
Yep. Sure, you get together with like the Alchemy Guild of Alderheart. You find a few of your fellow tradesmen. Among them is that lizard, not gecko person that you met in the bathhouse not long ago. I have a picture of him. I'll post in a second. You find his stall. Do you want to roleplay this or just?
We can expedite it. It's been taking a while doing
Speed.
Speed.
I'm just looking for him. Where is he at? Just for the sake of, I'm gonna post him in general actually. I'll have to root for him because he's different every time. Interesting. Okay, so while you were training with this person, you noted, perhaps way too late, that he has a tendency to mislabel his potions, be it by accident or on purpose for whatever reason. So you lose the full amount of money you would have gained in profits from this because you had to replace a lot of your supplies over time. But you... I'm just gonna rule this. You managed to like earn a good profit of like 160 gold from just selling healing potions and remedies and acid and other really cheap bottles over the course of this work week or two.
Nice.
I'm gonna just show you what the guy looks like in case you ever want to come back to him at later sessions. There you go.
Alright, snake oil says.
Is there any kind of like metal polish that can be bought?
Yeah,
Like
it usually costs something like 2 gold pieces. It's a very yeah,
I'll
for sure.
buy some of that.
Sure. It will last you the entire adventure if you want to polish the gold rim of that case of yours. The shop is called Splexmandra's Wagon of Worldly Wonders. In the time you spend with Splek, you've earned that he's a Tilias, which is what the race is called, a little gecko person, who you kind of got the notion that like he profits from fraud.
He's the kind of guy who sells like essential oils.
Snake oil.
Not only that, but he also offers a special service with every time he sells his potion. He claims, at least, to be a fortune teller.
Hmm.
In his
I
time,
thought you were gonna go with like back rubs or something. Something creepy.
that is creepy. In the time you spend with him, I'm just gonna roll one last complication here because you rolled 17. As you part ways, he leaves you with a fortune. He looks you deep in your eyes and says, "You will suffer a great and grave injury. You know I also sell potions of healing, right?
Yes.
Um,
You have a good one.
I don't know if I want to buy potions of healing from him.
They sell for 25 gold pieces each, which is half the usual price.
Isn't
That's
that
not suspicious at all.
Maybe he's actually just a good guy.
I love it how you say that, and under the entry for potion fraud, which is not always the case, by the way. Like, obviously, otherwise he wouldn't have a business. But I just love that the picture under potion fraud is this, and it's yeah, it's like, oh no.
is this
Oh,
house?
and-
in the castle?
Oh, and Tom, if you get a sec, can you drag and drop my crossbow bolt? Because I've been trying to do it like this whole
I'm
time.
on
but
it.
I can't get it to work.
Yeah. So what will be, Nevis? You wanna buy some cheap potions or not?
I don't know about that.
Let
Nah.
fate decide. Sure. We'll come back.
Wait,
to that.
Tom, does a bow do the damage of the bow and the damage of the arrow, or is it just
Arrows don't do damage
Done.
on their own unless they're +1.
okay? Okay, that's what I
Arrows.
thought. I was like,
To
have
answer
I
your
been
question,
doing
yes,
this
but
wrong?
not in D&D terms.
Okay, I was just like, have I been doing this wrong for a year?
What damage did you see for a arrow?
Oh, nothing. I just some dumb
You do.
thought arose in my head. Just
Okay.
don't pay mind to me. However, I now have weekly tasks I wish to do. I'm going to go purchase 2 steel hunting traps, and I'm going to go hunt for 3 weeks and try
There-
to make some profit.
You
20
went
You with me.
Chungo.
Okay, so you're gonna invest
You can
50,
rest on
50
it.
gold pieces for 2 traps. Yeah,
Mhm.
going into this. So I'm gonna deduct that from the profits you make from hunting around. Rule me like either survival or nature. You choose.
I'm going to roll survival because I have a higher stat at it.
Sure. Okay, fuck. Meat doesn't sell for much gold, if even gold. It usually sells for silver pieces because food is abundant, and you're not the only hunter in these lands. However, pelts and furs are always bought by the leather workers and even the blacksmith alike for binding sword handles and such. So that's where most of the profit comes from. It is not a very profitable venture, and you get a feeling like with the 15 gold you make, that's the difference. Because you made 65 altogether from your sales. I'm just thinking about this logic. I'm just doing math in my head from what you can sell. The most you can sell in the amount of time you have left is 65 gold. 15 gold added into your inventory from just cracked change from the hunt.
Sounds good. That's
It's
everything
mostly
I
from
have.
pelts though. Like meat sells
Yeah.
for like almost nothing. You can even have for the sake of flavor some leftovers for some rations for on the go.
Sure. How
All
many
right.
rations can I have?
Like 2 days worth.
How many is that? So just 2?
Just 2. Like a ration is a day's worth of food.
Sounds
You're,
good. Got it.
you have a coat on. You're warmed up. You have food. We are playing Sims. Can we? Are we doing anything else? Yeah.
All right, let's go with the story, I
Cool.
guess.
No. All right. While rumors and tales of your gallant efforts against the bandits have made you the talk of the town, you, in the time spent doing your errands, couldn't help but overhear a name come up along with yours. Riffin, the Ash Knight. Many in Alderheart are abuzz with excitement over the upcoming celebrations in your honor. Particularly a tavern situated near the Trunks Market District, named the Wooden Flagon, hosts a feast today in honor of those who fought and those who fell during the raid on the bandit camp. Many of you fellow birdfolk many of your fellow birdfolk who fought alongside you during the night of the skirmish speak highly of this knight Riffin. And it seems that he had many visitors since your victory. Even Magnus, in his self-centered, prideful rays, has noted the knight's combat prowess. Should you wish to have the honor of meeting this knight and perhaps thank him for his aid during the battle, Magnus informs you in time, but you can find him still in the Wooden Flagon where he is staying for the week. It is really up to you if you want to venture there. I just thought it was worth noting.
You guys want to go meet him?
I'd love to go meet him.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's go.
I'm gonna keep music. Fuck. You know what? I feel taverny. Let's do this. Yeah, okay. The Wooden Flagon is a lively place. You hear music playing as food is served, many lifting their mugs to cheer you as you enter. You search the room for your query and find him, Riffin, for he is easily distinguished from the others, and his feathered helm is recognizable from the knight you fought alongside him. I have a picture of Riffin, actually. Let's pull up Riffin. I love tavern music. Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Die.
Riffin. You see before you a small yet sturdy-looking strig, clad head to talon in heavy armor, sitting at the bar with a flagon of ale in hand. He wears a shield emblazoned with a flying crest on his back and a sheathed sword on his belt.
Bring us to the table.
Oh, Griffin. The Ash Knight.
He
It was
regards
good
you.
to see you.
He regards you with a friendly smile and a friendly look as you get closer and greet him, and he just says, "Well, hello, how you do?" In a very friendly and glad to see you manner. It's been some time since I've last seen you, but it's good to be the company of fellow fighters. Heck yeah, I'll get you a drink. Just bartender, just a couple. I'll just count you real quick. Yeah, just a few more. Come sit. Where do you hail from?
I hail from the jungle. Hail from Scorched Grove area.
Oh, well, I hail from Ashborough myself too. You know,
See that look like
left his mug, takes a drink.
4 times.
Me home was lost to the fires, but luckily I was able to escape the recent destruction of my village thanks to the help of my good friend, Oswald Ebonheart. Oswald. I had to read that name a couple times. Get it? Okay. It was he who brought me here, and we've been adventuring buddies for a long time, just like you.
Good.
Yeah. Kind of look subtly in his cup for like a sign, like, of course, the morning before the bandit raided the merchant caravans outside Alderheart gates, I awoke to find Oddwald gone without a word. Very strange for him to leave without saying anything. I went to find him, and that's when the violence began. But I couldn't stand idly while the bandits attacked the city, so I drew my sword, and when it was all over, continued my search. I'm certain Oddwald is no longer in Alderheart. I mean, to leave on a journey to find him, but not before I get a drink with some fellow friends.
You need help finding him?
Oh, I think I have an idea where the old bird could have gone. Yeah, I owe Oddwald, even if he might not accept it, but maybe, maybe it's strange, but I just don't know, he's got him. I just have a feeling like he's got himself into something, you know? Just something strange. He needs my help, but I think I can handle it myself. I mean, what sort of friend would I be if I abandoned him?
You got a point there.
I mean, I thank you kindly for your offer, though. But I do insist it is both my duty as a knight and as a friend to pursue this on my own for now.
Then to your well-being.
And to yours as well. And to finding old Oddwood. I'm sure he's somewhere in our old haunts. You spent some time with Griffin. Yeah, go ahead.
So what was the name of the place?
Old haunts, just like old places he used to like stop at.
Oh,
They've been all over the place. He's just gonna try and find them. I'm gonna try and walk the roads, and you know, if it worse comes to worse, I'll stop by the AVM. Perhaps the old bird is there. The AVM is that wizard academy further up.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We're heading up towards that way, aren't we, guys?
I'd have to see them now. I think probably on it. Over near there.
I'll be honest, Trent, I can't hear you.
I don't know. Anyone else wants this stuff?
Say, have you got any cool nicknames of yourselves? People are be calling me the Ash Knight, which is rather dark, but I take pride in it, keeping the memory of my home alive. I can't say that I've heard many rumors about you, aside from that one entertaining entry you made during your first day here.
Junko's name's just Junko.
Strong name. This guy is like 8 times smaller than you are. It's like a minute, like one of those like elf owls. You know what an elf owl looks like?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of those. Like, fucking adorable.
Goodness.
They're so tiny. They can fit in the palm of your hand. Like, look at this stuff. Just look at this. It's like so tiny.
Tiny. Oh my god. Is that an adult?
That's an adult. They weigh like something like 1/3 of a pound or some shit. I don't know exactly, but they're like super light and super tiny. And this guy just has those characteristics.
I'm gonna lean into him and point at Nevitz and whisper and say, "I heard he's called the Rhythm Maker."
The riddle maker?
Rhythm.
Rhythm maker? Does he drum hard, or does he beat his foes to pulp to the rhythm? Does he listen in to the nature and divine the future?
I give him some eyebrow raises and I lean away from him.
Yeah, I love that. Like, yes. Like, ooh, he just looks toward Nevis like that guy's sign of respect. Like, all right.
I'm hastily thinking of a nickname, but I hate to give myself one. Someone
I
quickly.
lean back in and I
Oh, no.
point at Pavo. Old bird.
Old bird.
Naturally, takes pride in both appearance, but I'm sure his foe underestimates him at every turn.
Once again, I eyebrow raise and I back cool.
Mm-hmm. There's no shame in being old, as there's no shame in being small.
Ooh.
I clang with my cup with him.
Ooh, I have an opinion.
I like
Return to monkey.
I'm a monkey.
I want to play Smite now. Fuck. I love these people. I'm like, fuck. I want to return to monkey. It's fine. I'm off tomorrow. I'll play all night. It's fine. Moving on. Yes. What's up, Rolo?
They call me the sea albatross because funny story. One time, on a boat, I got my foot stuck in around some rope, and one of my sailors' company they pulled in that rope, and I flew like a sea albatross. So that was a good time.
Good show. Good story. I love it. Cheers to that. I got to say, you guys are a lovely bunch. I'm glad to hear that what little rumors I did hear about you are true. You do make a night entertaining. You spent a better hour carousing along with Riffin, finding out about him as... is there anything, if I share this, is there any spoilers in this?
Asking questions to group
No.
that group doesn't know.
I wish he had a handout. I don't think there's any spoilers in this, so just in case anybody ever wants any reference, there he is.
Spoilers.
Where?
His name's the Ashling.
I said that. Oh, he's Strahd. Fuck.
Spoilers. He's lawful good.
Yeah, you guys have no trouble just talking to him. He's a knight. He's very honorable and has a sense of honor. Because that's the same thing twice. What?
We can't play Smite after, no?
Yeah, after this.
Okay.
We'll end it at like 10. Yep. Alright. Just been better part of the hour carousing around with both Riffin and any other folks wishing to join you in drink and revelry as the night eventually comes to a close, and without the long-term downtime comes to an end. Sometime during next day, a messenger presents himself to you, to whichever rooms, wherever you're staying at, be it the orphanage or your inn. Eventually he finds you, with an immediate summons to the council. Specifically, holding in his hand, he has the following. Because I haven't done a handout like this since Strahd. Here you go.
Oh no.
Come
Yay.
dine with me, Castle Ravenloft.
By decree of the Virtual Council of Elderheart, addressing the following individuals, all of us. Oh yay, look, we have places that we're from. Cool. You are hereby summoned to the council chamber of Elderheart to discuss matters of most importance. Report to the canopy at your earliest convenience, no later than day's end. With regards, the Honorable Speaker Bitta.
The pompous
That's my name.
peacock.
Like always. Like, it's just like real life.
Your earliest convenience, but also not.
Well, I'm gonna go. Pavo starts making his way because he's an old man.
When it takes
It's gonna take him a while.
was it a
Untrue.
third?
Pavo clicks the heels of his boots and goes fucking Mach 7 up to the council
I was gonna say, you're wearing boots, Pete, but I'm not gonna tell him.
Gone.
Just like the messenger like watches you guys like, I need one of those. Like I was really contemplating just giving you guys like the letter and having you guys spend an hour deciphering it.
I looked at the rest of the party and I asked, should we try to catch up with the dear old Pavo? Go see the council?
I guess so.
I guess so. Alrighty, we head on up to see the council.
Yeah.
You know what time it is? It's time for aristocratic music.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You need some like peacocky music because there's a freaking peacock.
What's peacocky music?
Wait,
Alright.
you should just play Peacock by Katy Perry.
No.
Oh god, no.
No, because I love it, and I will not be able to roleplay to it. I will just be jamming.
What
to
I was
it.
about to ask for organ music, but I realized that's too Stradish.
There's no organ in the background.
Mm.
All right. When you arrive at the council chambers, you are not made to wait this time, and me in spirit, are ushered directly into the inner sanctum, where Speaker Beta and the Council of Five sit atop the perches and look down upon you all. With an ever-regal voice, Speaker Beta speaks out, I am glad that you made it in here with such haste. It seems your arrival to Alderheart was most fortuitous. Your efforts of driving back the coalition have not gone unnoticed, and your loyalty to the council and the people they represent is deserving of praise and reward. We have received and reviewed reports from the interrogations conducted in the jail. Alas, while the people celebrate this small victory of ours, the bandit menace persists to threaten our people. Since you have proven yourselves capable of a skirmish, it will be your honor and fortune to be presented with the task of dealing with a stronghold in the mountains.
Just us?
Just you, for we require discretion in this matter, and cannot suffer any further losses. You have proved yourself more than capable before, and I trust that the future of Alderhard can be entrusted to you.
This seems quite a bit to put on our shoulders. And how, in what way will we be compensated?
I can show you that should the honor of ending the bandit menace would not be enough for you, the council is willing to part with its coffers to buy your services.
To what grand sum?
We are willing to hear out your propositions.
In advance?
I look at Pavo and Nevitz,
To get it in writing and in facts,
grand
yes.
moneymakers of this team.
What is the price for Alderheart's freedom?
Considering that the bandits have been harassing Alderheart for several decades now to seemingly no end, I think quite the shiny coin for each of us would be fair.
That is no amount, child. How much would you have us pay for Alderheart's freedom?
How about Chungo's weight in gold for each of us?
With the barrel attached.
With the barrel.
I fear the council doesn't have such amounts in our coffers. Now what with what we must spare for the Perch Guard, for the ever-sprawling Perch Guard, mind you, we simply cannot spare that amount. But we have influence.
Surely if we deal with the bandits for you, then you won't need as many guards.
The boy has a point, and your profitable ventures.
They're not gonna give you Chungo's weight in gold.
Double.
You know how much Chungo weighs in gold? What are you gonna buy? A ship? Like, what are you buying?
That's better than I literally suggested 3,000 gold pieces a person, but like, you know, a bit more than Chungo's weight.
One of the council members just leans into Beat and is like, seems that they're robbing us for a change and not the bandits.
Hey, at least us is a one-time purchase.
Beat a yeah. Yep.
If the sum of money is too difficult, perhaps you can promise to actually aid those that need help that are outside.
We are already doing our best. I do not take your meaning.
Then do better. We'll take a smaller cut of our reward.
Easily done, and she adds "do better" to the list of compensation. With a very lazy motion that barely is worth...
I've seen in this city.
With a very lazy motion that's barely worth the ink upon which she spends on the parchment, she writes "do better." Done.
How about moving a bunch of resources from the top of the canopy down to the roots?
Give me a moment to contemplate this as Mom calls me.
Cannot ignore Mom.
Chungo, how much do you weigh?
A lot.
How much though?
Guys, you RP amongst yourself. I'll be back in literally like a minute. I'm gonna run and just move my car.
Hey, have fun.
So do we want to just extort them for all their money?
I mean, I was literally like 3,000 GP a person, and I think that weighs more than you do. So
probably.
Well, he has to weigh a fair amount because he can lift a 300-pound bag.
Oh,
Barrel.
if you have 20 strength, you can lift like 5. You can like just casually squat 500 pounds. So, you know. And if you roll strength, you can throw like a 1,000-pound object if you really want to.
Yeah, if I really wanted to, I could throw my barrel at people.
Oh my god.
But
But
then I'd lose my barrel.
I think maybe 200 GP a person in advance of also reacclimating supplies throughout the tree to better acclimate resources to everyone.
Ooh, that
But
would
we
be
have
good.
to
But do you
we
really
have to
think we'd
sell
go
it
for it?
as if people have access to more money, they can produce better goods, and therefore you'll make more money in the long run because the minimum price will be the higher price that it used to be, and therefore profit.
But then
I
you gotta
mean, there are
remember-
a bunch of
them
fishy
that power.
politicians. Do you think that old woman can do anything? Probably not. She probably has a wheelchair under that desk, and we don't even know it.
That's why we gotta have a new democracy.
I think also instead of
Banish
just
the
having the bird
oligarchy.
council,
Ah,
it should be
I
a
got it.
integrated council. Should include both bird folk and humble folk.
We are
This
elected the
greater
new
good-
sub-governance council of the other half of the tree.
That's what Chungo's trying to do. Chungo's
This
trying to
greater
get
good
the
talk
humble folk.
sounds interesting, but I just want shinies.
If we were to entertain this notion, who would rule the lower portions?
We can hold a vote.
Have an
for-
elected council
I
of
think
members
perhaps
of the society.
what Ashling says would work. Or, if you do not trust your citizens, perhaps the heroes of the day could sit and share for a time while we find locally people suited for the task.
I'm afraid I will not entrust you to the task. That'll be up to us. You
Oh,
feel free to bring.
Stay from the bandit menace. Will you stay up in your tree and let your people starve at the base? Wow.
There are plenty
What a
others who
leader.
can take this task in
Wow.
your stead.
Then
Do not
why,
test.
why aren't they here? Why are we here?
Because we
Where's
felt
my
like you
brother,
deserved the
captain
privilege
of the
to have the
guard?
honor.
He's having a fucking moment.
Fight me!
Fight
Silence!
me, I'm as old as you old bastard. I've been around a few notches. I've slept in holes. I've slept in a hole deeper than the caverns beneath this tree. Yet I'm here.
It's her dragon Pavo. He's having an old man moment.
Literally, like she lifts.
Lev-
She already said
let's-
silence, and you keep going, and she's like,
Levitz will
I'm not
Forward
even a
as,
citizen of this town. You have no
Chunko is
authority over
pulling-
me.
"They're dragging you by your fucking wheels. I'm not even a citizen of this town." It's like the guy from the Straw Wedding. Wah! Power's
Just
getting
because you
dragged
have
away.
the police
Step
on
forward
your
as
side
Pavel's
doesn't
being
mean you
dragged
can
away.
silence me.
You're dragged away. Shut up.
You're being dragged away slowly. You can still hear the remnants of this conversation. You're free to talk as much as you want, but you're getting dragged out.
I accidentally drop 100 ball bearings in the way.
I'm
of getting
really,
dragged
I'm
out.
really
Oops.
sorry.
Whoops! Bye bye 100.
I'm really
Make
sorry
those
about,
guards roll
um,
their dexterity, Tom.
I'm on it.
I'm really sorry about him. Sometimes his age catches up to him. Getting back to the talk of our compensation.
Two guards, like, you hear the sound of, like, as two guards, like, drop prone, slipping on ball bearings, and Pavel just shakes free.
I pop away and hide into stealth.
Where'd it go? And they go searching for you in the background while you're talking, Lorian.
Oh, that was an awful stealth.
Not if they roll active perception, worse.
Oh yeah, and I have better things with my cloak now too.
Roll for initiative. Perception is...
They have disadvantage, by the way.
Right, because you have the cloak on. They roll a 10 with disadvantage. Just...
Why
Go
does
on,
Hunter
Lorian.
always play
Speak.
chaotic characters?
Yeah.
It's more.
I'm sure you have smart advisors that have been keeping track of your funds for like the past few decades. The what we initially asked for may sound steep, but over the long term, it would be much cheaper than having to deal with the bandits for a similar period of time, if not longer.
Hmm. Well, you make more sense than your fellow bird over there. We will... The least they can do is like think over this rational idea. Beta goes on to say, having fled after defeat at their force camp, many bandits have returned to their crest to regroup. This fortress, it seems, is capable of withstanding a large-scale attack, and its position in the mountains makes it a dangerous location to assault. The council has been seen it fit to ask you, adventurers, kind of gives Pavo a shifty look, to flush out the bandit leadership once and for all, finally ridding Humblewood of their thievery and brutality. Given a major encounter would prove disastrous, we call on you to use your proven skills to infiltrate the fortress and dispatch the leader of the bandit coalition, Benna Sheridan.
This can certainly be done with the greatest results.
I have every bit of faith in you. And as foolish as you are, she puts Pavo, you, wherever you
I'm
are...
not in here. I'm hiding somewhere.
Wherever you are, she's like...
I'm not even
in
I'm in the ceiling. I dropped down a
This is
deck.
precisely why we ask you. You ask us why we ask you, because this, infiltration, subtlety, discretion...
Pavo pops up behind her.
Impossible.
Oh my gosh.
Impossible, he says.
Impossible.
Get
Impossible?
in writing that he gets
Is it?
Glade mail.
Do you want to try?
I would love to try.
So, okay, how do you get from you are here, the console 5 is in their purchase, five columns from which they're looking down at you. You're here, what do you do?
He has wind power.
Okay.
Pablo's actually going to get us turned into bandits.
Here's what I do. Here's what I do. I cast Fog Cloud. And I use the dash action combined with my boots of speed, plus my advantageous stealth roll to hide, to get behind her.
Stealth.
I think he was asking about like how you're technically standing behind her when she's on like a column.
Yes, you see, I jump and going like, how much is that? That's how long is this? Double my walking speed. Okay, so that's...
You startled Speaker Beta, to the point where she is barely standing on her feet.
And
then I disappear into the cloud.
I beg
I'm really sorry
order
about him.
In the chambers.
I'm really sorry about him. Maybe half
I grab Nevitz
in
into
gold
the cloud.
would be a better. No.
No, I don't grab Nevitz. I'm done. I disappear. Again. Gone.
Save your energy, save your efforts, and disperse them upon the bandits. There's no need to startle an old bird such as myself.
I'm really sorry about that. I think after that fiasco,
so well for a
simply half of Chungo's weights would be better.
Also, Chungo would like writing for blacksmith to make Chungo play mail.
The look on Tom's
It's the most rational thing you asked for this far. It's the only thing I consider seriously at this point.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, how
Pablo
much could
comes out of
Chungo
the
possibly
smoke.
weigh? Like 200 gold, like 200 pounds?
Perhaps.
That's not really a lot.
It's a lot of coins.
Might I have a deed to the territory we claim from the bandits?
From what we've heard, it's in the middle of the Crest Mountains, in a most inhospitable... Yes! You may claim it as your own. May
Any and all land from the bandits
like
in the
5
mountain
years
range? Sounds
Absolutely,
good to me. I'll have
all
that in
yours
place.
claim.
Great. Awesome. Great.
He's an old man. He's gonna die in like 5 years anyway. So he just reclaims it immediately after.
And then I haunt whoever steps on my land.
As for plate mail for yourself... What color?
Yellow.
Done. You are dismissed.
Hey, done.
What do you guys want?
I let these weird guys go through all of their demands. My demand now. I would like to humbly request of the council to create funds to go toward the orphans of the middle and lower ends of the tree, as no child should ever have to go hungry or without a roof over their head.
That is an honorable request. Done.
Done?
Should you
Cool.
deliver on your end?
Cool.
Since we're making personal requests instead of just group ones, I want a shiny gemstone worth 300 GP.
In comparison to what your fellow over
The shiniest.
the fat one over there asked for, 300 gold pieces worth of gemstonage. Done. She seems so tired with you lot. Like you see, like
Rolo,
the mask of
gotta get on
regret
with it.
form.
I have a request too. I have a
Of
snack.
course you do.
request.
What is it, you little one?
I step forward.
What do you want
like,
for
taking my
Christmas?
hat off. I'm hoping you have a storage somewhere in the Elder Heart tree here, and I'm sure the council has maybe like a jar of snacks or bugs on you, or maybe even mice, like really tiny ones, or maybe even live ones. If you have them in a storage somewhere, I would love to grab a jar.
Mice?
But not only like insects too. Like insects works too.
Jar of
Excellent.
mice.
No, not jar. Okay, forget. No, not the. No.
Forget it. Done.
Alrighty.
They
Turns to one of her like council members. Can our coffers afford such expenses at this time? And just goes, I suppose.
Turns out mice are like exceptionally expensive.
No, I'm not. Forget
The
it's
straw
mice.
that killed the
Don't say-
camel's back. Can I have plate mail?
Wait, they can afford to give us plate mail, but they couldn't afford to give us Chungo's weight in gold?
Shango's weight in gold is far more great than what plate mail is worth.
What?
Yes.
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 Oh, I guess, like, okay. Right.
You wanna discuss this? I can explain.
No, I understand. I
Like
understand.
50 coins. If 50
Yep.
coins make a pound, yeah.
Mhm. Yep. I did the math real quick. I get it. I understand now.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask for obsidian flint dragon plate?
You may ask for it.
Can I get some legendary fucking plate mail, please?
By the
You
way,
are
I'd like that
dismissed.
No one else wants to ask for me?
I basically just got an ass ton of land for free, so I'm good.
You didn't get jack shit. You gotta say what you gotta see what you're gonna get.
Hey, you know what? It's just enough land I need to make it independent state.
Okay.
Oh, what's okay? You know what? If it's jack shit, then what's a good bow, Tom? What's a good bow? Someone with a bow?
Like
A
a red
rare-
feather bow.
Yes.
Yep, +2 bow.
He does not. He does not have a plus to bow. Which one is it? Land or bow?
I'll take the bow, I guess.
Done. So all in all, what we have here. What did you ask for Christmas? This was not part of this, but okay. What did you ask for Christmas? Red feather bow.
I choose Scorpio bow.
What?
I post in general.
What? What do
I-
you want?
I doodled a scorpion boy and I posted it in general.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you said scorpion bow, and I'm like,
Same.
Yeah, I was like,
So-
Boy.
Plate mail.
Oh my god, I never thought a scorpion could
Yellow.
be so cute.
Freaking
Oh,
what?
Caroline, look at this.
Okay, so plate mail, red bow, 300 gold piece gem, 2 other things. Jar of
The
insects.
sponge for the orphan children of the middle
Orphans.
and lower
Taken care of.
orphans. Yes.
Orphans.
Hold on, that's not a bit price. Consider yourself bought, dismissed for the 3rd time by the Amaranthines. Go.
I raise my finger to say I'm about to say something.
Yes.
No, oh no.
No, and then I back away. And like,
Yes, that is wise. They call me speaker beta, not listener beta. Please leave. I'm never sending you guys a letter again.
They call her speaker beta because she likes hearing the sound of her own voice and not others, and he walks out the door.
You're gonna get executed, dude. Don't play with fire.
Avon's actually gonna get executed.
We don't believe in the death penalty here in Humblewood, unless,
Hey,
of course.
Listen here. I could have just assassinated a major official leader with ease and got out, and I didn't do it. So you know what? You count yourself lucky. What, Speaker Beta's a retired level 20 adventurer that's packing like a fucking +10 sword under the table?
If I was a DM, you would have been like a major criminal by now.
I'm just not an asshole who breathes fire on kobolds, you know?
That was acid breath, thank you.
Like... Right, despite the chaos in the court, for the sake of success of this mission, an entourage of guards is sent to escort you, especially you, Pavo, to the foot of the Crest Mountains. It is really up to you guys if you wish to spend any time preparing for the journey. It is about 5 days to get there.
how long does it take for my plate mill to be done?
Longer.
Dang.
You're not awarded anything till you complete your task. They're not gonna give you free candy.
I said advance, damn it.
Shouldn't hear you. She was too busy speaking.
Oh, was she a fucking speaker?
Yes.
Oh man.
I'm gonna take it that nobody wants to prepare, and so we're just gonna head out because we already shopped for half a session.
Well, I prepared. I'm ready for
I
this.
feel like I need to go buy something.
I got
my
my
God.
shiny box. I'm prepared.
I feel like I'm gonna die.
Everyone's gonna be freezing to death.
You in battle, Nevis?
Other than
Or
normal
when we
rations and
battle
stuff,
in
that's
the
all I
dark
get.
again because Tom loves to make us battle in the dark.
Dude, the darkness is one of the best ways to just be like, hey, disadvantage.
Joke's on you.
I already thought what I want for my feet when we eventually get to level 4. I already picked it out.
Is dark vision?
Yeah.
There's
So
no dark
I
vision
guess
feat. Is there?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Oh,
You
it's
get an
called,
eye transplant?
Warlock.
Like,
It's called Warlock Initiate.
I guess. You sell your soul. Ah, that makes sense. Alright.
yeah, I
When we
guess
get to
we're
level
heading.
4, I want the feet of mobile. Want it.
Cool. You spend roughly 5 days on the road, traveling safely throughout the woods, escorted by this entourage of guards. The presence of the Perch Guard deters any ambush attempt by the Coalition, and the first several days of travel are rather uneventful because I literally ruled for them and I got nothing. Save for the occasional, like, sight of like a mighty wild beast in the thick underbrush, or the occasional griffin flying high above, looking for easy prey. However, on your 4th day of travel, you come upon a curious shrine to the Amaranthine Rhea, a simple ring of stones shaped into a compass rose. The symbol has flowers blooming throughout, all around it. You make it about like this far.
I'm gonna take a little bit of moss from my toad cage and put it in the circle as a little token. Moss.
What is this shrine?
It's the shrine to the Amaranthine Rhea, the raptor Amaranthine of exploration, of the hunt, of speed of flight and expeditious travel.
I'm gonna open up the augury bag, and I'm gonna ask it.
I haven't used that thing in ages. Let's do it. The bag of smells.
Should I touch my shield to the statue and I sniff? Good or bad?
It smells of fresh mountain air and the blossom of minty weeds growing upon the pines that surround the mountains. It's a good smell.
Chungo touches.
You die!
Chungo never releases you again!
Just fireball! Both you and Pavo, as you spend some time at the shrine, appreciating it, you feel in essence it start to take hold as the wind picks up for just a moment. You gain a one-time innate casting of the spell Elevated Sight. Are you familiar with such a spell?
Never heard of my life.
One moment. Elevated Sight. It is a divination spell closely tied to those who worship Rhea. It is a casting time of one action targeting self with a small verbal component as well as somatic one for whatever religious abracadabra you do. It is a concentration spell that lasts up to 1 minute that allows you to cast your eyes skyward, granting you sight from a higher vantage point. You project your vision to see through invisible sensors, which appear in a spot up to 120 feet above you. You can see through the sensor as if you're flying, granting you a full 360-degree vision from this location above. The sensor moves with you, retaining its height in relation to you. You can use your bonus action to adjust the sensor's height, but only to a maximum of those 120 feet. While looking through the sensor, you yourself are blinded, though you can switch between seeing through the sensor and through your own eyes at any time during your turn. Elevated Sight.
We're good.
I'll just post it there. Future. Okay. By the 5th day, sometime around the afternoon, you're greeted by a majestic sight. The jagged slopes of the crest tower before you, their peaks obscured by clouds. There is but a single path ahead. The daunting ascent up the mountain looks to be the only way to reach the summit and the bandit stronghold. The crags and canyons of the crest will be enough to deter even the most hardened explorers, and the ascent to the fortress will take some time, you would imagine. As the perch guard leave you to your task and begin their journey back to Alderheart, do you do anything in preparation for your ascent? You make it about
I would like to
ways.
look around for some herbs of any kind amongst the straggly mountain fauna.
There's plenty of herbs. Nature grows all throughout. Are you looking for any herbs in specific? Spices? Medicinal?
No, I'm looking for the medicinal herbs.
You can roll either investigation or nature. It's up to you.
Let's go with nature because it's much higher. Does that not work? Oh, I guess do I need to like press on myself first?
No,
Then
you just
maybe-
press it on your sheet.
I am. Oh, there you go.
You find some herbs, but unfortunately none that would serve as medicinal in any way. It seems that this close to the mountain, exposed to the winds, the kind of herbs that you're looking for, this is not like their usual place of growth. Too cold, too exposed.
E-
So find some really pretty amount flowers aside. Anybody else doing anything in preparation for the ascent up?
Yes, I would like to purchase in retrospective a grappling hook.
Can't.
We're
purchase-
already at the mountain.
You can't purchase in respect. I literally asked like
Okay,
10 times if there's anything else you want to do, and you can't just do it now that you like.
Understandable. That's fine.
I have a jar of glowing slime on me. Would I be able to extract some caustic slime from this buddy?
Caustic, no, but it does glow. Like the property of the slime is it's a shifting slime, not caustic.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would like melt the glass.
Would it now?
Right.
How you contain caustic slime?
What?
Getting rough.
How do you contain caustic slime?
Oh
You-
my
I don't
god.
know.
sir.
Have you ever contained caustic slime?
I had vials of it before, but it melts glass apparently.
You have vials of acid, like extract, not like a live one. The guy you had in your glass is live. He's live. You're feeding him and shit. Like is
Right.
yeah. Okay. The journey up the winding path will take you 2 days. I'll just ask for the first day for you guys to decide your marching order. I especially care about who's leading and who's in the very back, kind of watching avant-garde.
I have
Jungle.
scout, so I feel like I should go first.
Or Jungle go second. Or Jungle bring up
Because it
rear.
has, like, I get special abilities for that.
Do you? Oh, scouting, you mean? Yeah. So Jungle would go what?
Do you want me to go last? And that way,
Take the rear guard, Jungo.
if anything
I'll go
happens, it's like that.
Set up on.
I'll go second, I guess.
Who's last?
I'll go last.
You'll go last.
Jungle would also like
Yeah.
to, on the way, tell the story about the talking in the jail.
Oh, but did we take our cart and ox with us, by the way,
Yes.
on this journey? Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm gonna have her be your new icon. I think by next session, I'm just gonna have a little. Yeah.
Friend.
Put her, I think. I think I can put her as my icon.
Right.
There.
Can I have the person leading the party rule me a survival check, please?
That's survival. I should have my glasses on when I do this.
The hazardous path that leads up the crest is narrow and weaves between craggy outcrops and along sheer cliffs. The tree line becomes thin here, no longer providing shelter from the cold wind blowing down the mountain. A half day's journey up, you come across what looks like a large bird's roost amid rocks. Large. 10 by 10 feet. Composed of like sticks and twigs.
It's big.
As if like, what do you do? Because I don't feel like narrating too much.
Do you wanna?
We come across a large set of boulders, you said?
A big nest.
Oh, a nest. Sorry.
What kind of nest is it?
Big.
Looks to be composed of very large branches and twigs in a circle. It is large as your average like inn sleeping room, shallow, and within you see 4 eaglets just kind of like squeak and cheep as they peck blindly at the remains of some meat and bone.
Do they look like griffins?
No,
No.
they look like eaglets, little eagles.
Well, those look like eagles. No, the big ones.
Well, okay, griffins have a lion butt, so no.
No, I said eagles. Giant eagles.
Jungle. Jungle thinks we should be
You want to try to
careful.
make friends with them, Pavo?
I'd like to make a perception check to see if I could see Mama anywhere.
Sure, go ahead and roll the perception check.
Perception, go.
Mama is about a mile out looking for prey, flying above the tree line.
Oh, well, Mom's not too far, but I think it's best if we just walk around. No need to incur the wrath of a flying beast.
Yeah, as you say the word wrath, you just kind of hear in the distance, like, echoing. The chicks almost like lift their heads and like peep and squeak and chirp in reaction to sound. You also see like the remnants of like cracked eggshells littered inside of the nest.
How strong do you think those eggshells are?
Well, they're probably strong, but like they're still eggshells, so they'd break before metal would.
True.
Does it look like there's anything of value in the nest?
If you consider eaglets valuable, then yes.
Oh god, I'm not touching a baby. Nope. Been there, done that.
Are there broken eggshells that can be collected?
Yeah.
I would need that.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me. You can choose between.
I'm gonna cast.
How are you doing? How exactly are you doing it? And also, what, Chongo?
Oh, I do Druidcraft on him to make him smell like bird.
Wait, what?
Okay. Describe your action, Chongo, because I don't think you got it.
Okay.
Is there any like feathers nearby of the bird?
Yes.
That's fun.
I'm gonna pick up a feather and I'm gonna blow it at Nevitz. And now you smell like bird. Chunk will make you smell like bird.
But I'm trying to pick up the eggshells.
Yeah. Smell like bird, and they're not gonna do anything about it. In case Mom comes back, you smell like baby bird.
Okay.
And she feeds you.
Oh no.
This is where we say goodbye to Nevitz. He is now family with bird.
You joined the nest.
What did you say? I was gonna do it. Why did you say it? Now it's gonna seem like it's your idea. I was about to say he reaches into the nest and like the chicks begin to like cluck toward him and like imprint on him and shit, you know, like his mama.
Alright, go collect your eggshells, dude.
Yep.
The chicks gather at your feet.
4 eggshells.
Sure. Each egg has started about the size, if you put 2 of your palms together, but space them out just a little bit, they're about that big. These chicks would probably weigh like 10 pounds each if you pick them up. And the eggs are just as hefty. The shells are thick. I wouldn't say they're tougher than metal. I don't know who said that, but they're not as frail as normal eggshells either. They're bone-like. That's the same hardness of bone.
That's nice.
Thanks to Chungo's Druidcraft, the chicks don't call out for the mom or get alerted or anything as you crawl out of the nest, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Do we continue up, or do we do anything else with the eggshells? I don't want to push people along. I'm just waiting for it. Okay.
How late's it getting? How late is it getting?
Well, you've reached the mountain at the beginning of your 5th day of journey, so it's barely noon.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Sure. I'm actually curious to see what giant eagles look like in D&D.
An eagle with bigger.
Well, I'm curious. Ooh, they're majestic.
Oh, yeah, I got. Those two.
Do you know that bald eagles sound like actually stupid?
How does it sound like?
They're like,
Okay, hold on.
oh wait, it's like a seagull that's like choking, is what it sounds like.
Bald eagle sounds, please.
Believe me when I say you don't want to know.
Alright, everybody guard your ears because I'm playing this shit now.
That's not it. That's just from far away.
Well, okay,
yeah.
you find me a video.
Like going nuts. So if you hear any random child screams, that's just my neighbors.
Oh yes, a 3-barrel shotgun.
My God.
I don't know, it sounds fun to me.
Jesus.
Maybe you can show me later, I guess.
Lots of bruise.
Maybe I have to find the video again.
Alright. Tasha, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay. With the eggshells at your position, the higher up you go, the more your path transitions from forest floor to rocky ground. The winding path leads to you past a wreath shrine to yet another amaranthine. This one is Altus. The shrine features a great stone statue of an owl, his wings spread wide, and a cup held in his talons is wet as if drenched by rain. It seems to radiate this cold aura that you can feel standing like more than 10 feet away. And constant mist spills from the cup onto the shrine's floor, obscuring various offerings in a swirl of clouds of fog. You can hear a rumbling coming from within the statue, like that of a storm or rolling thunder. Among the offerings are some coins, glass trinkets, and wooden prayer beads. A sheet of ice has formed over these gifts.
Jungle slowly starts taking out the bag of augury. Do I touch my maul to this? And I smell.
You smell nothing.
Oh yeah, I used it twice in a day. What does nothing smell like? I take a deeper sniff of this nothing.
No, tell me! Like...
While
slowly
sniffing,
gets to the...
I slowly extend my mace. And I poke the statue.
You poke the statue, and it does react to your mace by coating it in the same sheet of ice. Harmless, just spreading frost.
Does it reach my hand? Am I cold?
No, it's just like touching a piece of metal to a very extremely cold piece of metal, and it just slowly spreads and stops eventually. Just
Okay.
Covers the head, yeah.
Jungo thinks Pavo should touch it with his hand.
Pavo should touch it with his dick.
That's
Do it, you won't.
Pavo, touch it with your hand. I dare you.
I touch it with my hand.
It feels freezing to the touch, and indeed the frost begins to spread, and it takes quite an effort to unbind your hand from the statue. Somewhere in the distance you hear the rumble of thunder, and indeed you look and you see black, angry clouds begin to form on the horizon.
Do I recognize the statue?
Yeah, it's that of Altus.
Hmm.
The owl
Do
god
I
of storm,
remember
winter.
what might make an offering to Altus?
What kind of offering?
It's really whatever you want, whatever you find appropriate in the moment.
Okay,
He's the god of winter, storms, he's friend of death, and resides.
I touch a bushel of 20 arrows to it.
The mist surrounds you and means to bind with you, but like a cup runneth over, you are simply too full at the moment. You feel as if you can let go of one blessing in favor of another.
Oh, what was my last blessing?
Zagreus. A little bit, I just realized.
I forgot to add it to my sheet. What was it?
Elevated sight.
Right.
Currently you're affected by elevated sight.
I will release my elevated sight.
Sure.
From Zagreus.
Okay, I made a joke. It's whatever. You get Altus's blessing. As the mist surrounds you, you feel this cold sheet of ice form upon your armor and absorb into flesh. As you get the ability to innately cast once from now, the Enhanceability spell, choosing between Bear's Endurance and Bull Strength on cast. Specifically, I can look up what that means for you if you want. But Enhanceability is a spell. Enhanceability. Bear's Endurance is the target has advantage. Okay, you touch creature and bestow upon it a magical enhancement of Altus. Choose one of the following effects. The target gains the effect until the spell ends. The spell ends after 1 hour of you concentrating on it. While you're concentrating, the target can either have advantage on Constitution checks. It also gains 2d6 temporary hit points, which are lost when the spell ends. Or Bull Strength, where the target is advantageous in strength checks, and his or her carrying capacity is doubled. Strength, endurance.
Alright, and this, would you call this like a minor boon?
No, this is a one-time innate casting blessing.
Okay, got it. I
Hey,
have
Tom.
added it.
Tom,
Yes,
I'm gonna have to go because I gotta get some stuff ready for tomorrow morning.
that's fine.
And sorry.
That's fine. We'll
letting
just
you
call
know.
a session here, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Well, I won't do
just like-
anything without you.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Oh, no worries.
Okay. We'll call
I
the
gotta move
session
a
here.
couch sheet, so.
And we'll proceed our journey
I'm,
up the mountain toward the Band Fortress next session.
Okay.
Band
Sorry.
push, band push.
I'll let you know if I get back at like early enough to still play, I don't know, some Smite before going to bed or something.
I'm off
I'll let you
tomorrow
know.
if need be.
Exactly. Alright, bye everybody. Thanks.
See ya.
No, not Minor Boon, because Minor Boons are much more powerful. This will be like
Oh.
more like a spell scroll, if anything, but you have no chance of failing it, because it is a marathon
Okay, awesome. I was just looking for like a hyphen to put. I've been putting hyphens by things like magic items have an item that it's magic, and then an I.
I mean, under treasure, you can detail what a magic
Oh,
item does as
I've been
much as you
putting them
want.
there, but I've been putting them on my
Feet.
my sheet, so I can link it. So when I use it, I can be like blah 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 blah.
I mean, if you don't remember, you can always ask me what it does. But
I know, but this is so me as a player, I have better agency over what I do and what I know, and that way I don't have to ask you all the time. For example, right for the rope. Yeah.
Okay.
It's cool. It does cool things.
Your brother actually has a red feather bow because he is a Raptor Ranger, meaning he went and earned it. Raptor feather bows are cool because they're magic items that not only are they a +1 weapon, but also wherever you shoot an arrow, you have Reyes Blessing. You have elevated sight on an arrow. You can see through the
Yeah.
arrow's view.
And if it's stuck in somebody, I can see what they can see. It's weird.
You shouldn't,
Yep.
you shouldn't be looking this shit up, but okay.
What? I added it to my character.
You didn't get it.
Oh, I thought I got it. Fuck.
No, you guys made a deal. You have to complete your task before you get your rewards.
I'm a dumbass. Let me
Yeah.
just padonk that away.
Like, I already did a campaign where I gave stuff for free. It ended up with people having too many magic items that they just didn't use, and then no challenge at all. Although Avernus was fun in its own way. Now, before people go, I just have one question. I don't want to be too self-criticizing. I'd rather get criticism from my fellow players.
Uh-huh.
Any pros and cons regarding this session?
We
Music
didn't.
choice was like excellent.
Yes, very good as always.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this because I forgot to do it. We didn't take advantage of using our P chat to get the nitty gritty little things out of the way.
That's why I offered to do it over the week, but it's too late now.
I didn't realize we were gonna spend like 2 to 3 weeks doing stuff. I thought it was just we come back from the bandit camp and it's like the next day we're on
Well,
to doing other
it
stuff.
was kind of like even in our P chat, I read like it didn't specify how long Chungo was there, did it?
It said several weeks, but I mean, A, you could have asked. B, downtime. Whenever I say downtime, usually it means at least a week, because you need a work week worth of stuff. to do stuff, but you know,
Hold on, give me a sec.
it's done. It's done.
We'll know better for next time.
Why you have a picture of me in general?
I don't know.
Right. I'll have
Gotta
something.
get like the inquisitive brow like evidence.
I'll have the Splek, the potion maker, be more prominent on your next visit to Alderheart once we're done with this arc. If you're curious to find out more about him, every NPC has a whole like 4-page thing about him. It's just that I only had so much to prepare at a time, and I didn't want to screw it up. Maybe a side quest later in the campaign. But there's that.
Thank you for session.
Thank you.